Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, James L. Seagraves. Welcome to the Muscle Podcast Week 1 edition for 2025. It is Tuesday, September 9th at 7:42 a.m. Going to have to be quick because I have to go to work. Yes, I still have a pile of laundry behind me. What else is new? I don't know. Anyway, don't have a lot of time, so we're going to cut to it here. First and foremost, we have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have breaking news. You know what's coming. Yes, indeed, it is a sad day today because we learned late last night that one of our favorite owners, Rob Shaw, a.k.a. the Hitman, has resigned from the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League, citing the site's too complicated and he doesn't have time for it anyway. Now, if you remember correctly, we did have a little bit of a hard time. The site is not very friendly. It's not very user-friendly, no doubt about it, but nevertheless, and if you're not super tech savvy, you might get frustrated. But we know Rob's got a lot going on, and I commend his ability to resign. Probably not permanently, but for this year, due to take care of a lot of things going on in life. Very busy man. So we just want to send out. We got little taps for you there, Rob. In memory of the Hitman's 2025 season. You will be missed. We will move on. That's all we get. We don't have the whole thing, thank God. But yeah, Rob Shaw, good luck to you. Hopefully we'll see you back next year. We do have Jordan Tripp has a guy who is allegedly going to take over that team. But if not, I'll be reaching out publicly to see who can do it. Because the team that we had reached out for, Jordan Tripp sent me a guy, but Cassandra had already promised it to somebody. And that somebody is in the top 20, as we'll find out here in a minute. But before we do the top 20, we like to do the bottom 10. Now, this is, I'm going to start right here. This is where we're at. There's not a lot of production in this. I woke up late today. Anyway, I'm going to scroll down a little bit so we can't see. Oh, that's perfect. So, the number 90 team in the nation. Technically, he's not in the bottom 10. He's in the bottom 11, but we'll call it the bottom 10. Craig Monahan, $75 million man, 0-1, a mustard, 48 points. Number 91 is Super Original, 0-1, 48.67 points. And Vic in a box, not great there for Josh Greiner, who I said, oh, he'll win this for sure. Well, obviously I was wrong. I always forget what Paul owns Super Original. Paul Smith? Paul Ward. Paul Smith owns Super Original. The Tush Pushers. That's a new team name, but it's not a new owner. I got to figure out who that is. This is going to be a little bit of a... I think that's Alex Erickson. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Tush Pushers. They are now in the number 93. Nut Olave Face, number 94. Your Mother Likes My Defense, number 95, putting up 44 points. All these people scored in the 40s, which is not terrible. I mean, it's pretty terrible because you're here. The Mad Scientist, 44. Balls Deep. That is John Gillette, who was randomized. We'll go over that in a minute, too. Randomizers, I think I have them all. Balls Deep, randomized in week 1, not great. 40.67. Then Monstars with an asterisk. I forget who that is, but he's not the original. He's not Kyle Stoker. I know that. That's why he has an asterisk on his name. He's a new owner. He is Chaz Jolly. Well, he didn't put up a very jolly lineup, that's for sure, putting up 35.67 points while not being randomized. And then we have the Namtam Knights, which you can't see. This is a historically incredible owner. I can't believe that he freaking put up 30.68 points for Michael Myers there. And then your number 1 worst team in the nation, week 1, the number 100 ranked team is... Swine Flu. Mike Kaminsky came out and had one of the best rookie seasons in history. Made the playoffs, won a game in the playoffs in rookie year, and now follows it up with a 27.54 point, just abysmal performance. The only thing that looked worse than that is the Lions' offensive line, which we're not going to talk about the Lions much today, but I'll tell you what, they got the shit kicked out of them, and no excuses. Good game, Green Bay. It was a brutal thing to watch, especially when you have a bunch of people over there ready to cheer, and we have to get mildly excited about field goals. Ironically, my dad put $50 on a Isaac Tesla touchdown catch, which we had turned the game off in the fourth quarter to play euchre with a bunch of people. And it was an hour after the game that I was scrolling through Facebook and saw that Tesla caught that amazing touchdown. So, yeah, that was cool. So my dad won some money. Now we get to the top 20. Here we go. Number 20, Will's Wranglers, Ryan Knight. Jake Bates Motel, that's Stephen Gergley's one team. He had two teams there for a minute on accident, and then I replaced that. Number 18, Show Me Them TDs. 17, Cheechki. 16, Moose Knuckles. Keith Dowdy and Ryan Knight, both in the top 20. FarmersOnly.com. Matt Farmer gets back to winning like he normally does. Mick DeBow, fly, Eagles, fly. And they flew all right, winning, scoring 75 points. Strong Street Soldiers, Eric Minter, another former champion, winning. Didn't have much of a year last year, but he was great. K-Dog, Millionaire. This is a new owner. I believe his name is Kyler Easterling. He messaged me. I thought he was one that got randomized. Turns out he wasn't. Someone just texted me. Jennifer Lindahl. Okay, I can't do that right now. So, yeah, good job for you, Kyler. DeMar Hamlin's booster shot, 1-0, 77.94 points. The top 10 password is Taco. Dom Valenti, he's back. Took over someone's team who wasn't paid in time. By the way, Paul Wallenwine, we miss you. Maybe you'll take this team from the Hitman if you can actually give me... Well, you don't need to give the money now because I already paid for it. But nevertheless, he didn't pay on time. So Paul Wallenwine lost his team to Dom Valenti, who's in the top 10. Double C's, get it now. Market folks, Cody Cole in the top 10. Doesn't happen very often, so enjoy that time. DeWyan's up here quite a bit. Gary King, great job. Steel City Sackers, Dustin Hanson, 1-0, 80.76 points. OJ El Dorado, I called these games, by the way. What can I say? I'm a savant. The Schwami says... 80.99 points. Suicide Squad, that is J-Mac, 82.71. Turn your head in golf. This is the new owner, Zach. Don't call me Chad Van Sickle. He took over the team with like a day before the season. In fact, the Chiefs had already played when I found out that Stephen Gergley somehow had two teams because I missed it. There's 100 teams, and I've been really busy. I was on vacations trying to figure this shit out. I'm only human. And Zach Van Sickle came in and makes the top 4. Top 3, Hurt So Good. Parker Dalton up into the top 3. What is happening right now? I don't really know, but he's 1-0 with 83 points. Joe Buck Yourself, number 2 here. He got 93.38 points, which is insane, by the way. That's that's crazy. That's week 1, someone scoring that many points. And congratulations to Jordan Craig there. The number 1 team in the nation. The number 1 team in the nation is Patriot Thunder. Say it ain't so.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Okay, sure. That's, yes, James St. Germain's favorite ex-president, Joe Biden. Saying that, I guess. I don't know why. I click these things. I don't know what they say sometimes. But congratulations to James St. Germain, big Biden supporter. Just like Pat Provost, I'm sure. Yes, this is sarcasm, by the way. Congratulations on being number 1 overall for week 1. So that's incredible. Now, we are going to talk about the randomizers. I don't have them on a screen. But I'll say that week 1, there's always some problems. I get it. New owners have issues. Old owners should not, okay? So, including former champions. So, randomizers week 1, which I will mark in a separate file when I have more time, is Alan Harvey's Your Mother Likes My Defense. Who else I got? Let's see. I had a screenshot on my phone because I was not at my computer when this happened. So, we have John Gillette's Balls Deep. He's not a new owner. Great job. Alan Harvey. The Hitman, which, again, that team has already been canceled. And the Johnny Rockets. So, the Johnny Rockets, which is Gary Johnson. I heard he's hitting the campaign trail again. Maybe he's trying to make a comeback because even a lot of the Ultra MAGA supporters have turned on Trump because he's part of the Epstein list, allegedly. My brother included. It's just a disaster. We don't talk politics on this podcast, so we just keep pressing on. What Epstein list? What are you talking about? Good luck with that one. Anyway, now it's time to go into everyone's favorite part of the podcast. Maybe you hate this, maybe you don't. I don't know. I don't even know where the fuck to go for this. I believe it is fantasy recaps, I believe, is where I got to go. I get this wrong every year. Fantasy recaps. Let's see. Got a new computer, but the internet's still shit, apparently, which is funny. Can't do much about that. So, hey, you guys excited for that 11 o'clock MSU game? No? Okay. All right. Here we go. The fastest 7 to 8 minutes in football. We're talking about it right now. I don't know how loud that is on your screen, but it's not very loud on mine, so let's fix this real quick. I can't fix it. That's cool. Yes, I can. Hold on. This is not the fastest so many minutes. I can't even hear it. All right, there we go. Now we're talking. Here we go. The most decorated owner in fantasy football or in muscle history, Louis Diana football team goes up against Almon 1. Josh Harris changed his team then, didn't know who the hell he was. Thought he might be a terrorist, not really. 52.36, 52.21 in the game of the week. Devon Achane, who everybody seemed to start, put up 11.25 points. Lewis's Trayvon Henderson put up 5.55. Cade Otton was the reason he lost. TBD, to be determined if he's ever going to score a point. We move on. The Namtab Knights puts up a paltry 30.68 against Jordan Love Story, whatever the fuck her name is, led by Chuba, whatever you want to call his name is. They should put the whole Broncos team on there because they embarrassed the Titans as everyone knew they would. Then we got Jake Bates Motel, 2-point victory. Stephen Gurgley over Ryan Frazier. Ryan Frazier starts the year off 0-1. Baker Mayfield looks like he's just been arrested in this picture. Then we have Mullen Incorporated, put up 77.1 Paul Ward points, losing to the Suicide Squad, 82.71 behind Chris Boswell, 15 points. A lot of people started the Broncos, it looks like. Vic in the box put up 47.73, which is not great. BVC put up 48.94, which is also not great, but just good enough to sneak out the Week 1 victory. Brad Van Camp over Josh Griner, led by Chuba Hubbard and Baker Mayfield. Again, a lot of people started him apparently. Hernandez Hitman put up 68.01 over Sagnessi's notch. Zay Flowers, his high score, 17.05. Damian Pierce did dick. Then we move on to FarmersOnly.com over Hanging with Mr. Hernandez, put up 59.76 points, led by Jaden Daniels in Week 1. FarmersOnly.com is on street drugs, starting that man in Week 1, although he was playing the Giants. Emekma Akbuka, starter for the concussion protocol. So cool, he doesn't even have a picture. He put up 17.80 points in Week 1. Good job for you, OJ El Dorado. You deserve that win. Ducky on Quack, welcome to the muscle. Michael Pittman runs all over you with, what did he score? 13 points for, that's not really anything. Nibble on my Gibbs, coughing like off. John Zeman moves to 1-0. Nick Radecki, 0-1. Then we have Balls Deep, who didn't put in a lineup, losing to coming from behind. He would have lost anyway because 68.81 points. But again, these people are starting Jane Daniels Week 1. Another person, this makes sense why these people are winning. Parker Dalton has no business being in the top 5 in Week 1, but I'm proud of you, son. 83.56, led behind Jaden Daniels and Cortland Sutton, whereas Jeremy Orr puts up 77.13 points and does not win. Brutal. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, maybe. Fuck it. We're going. Just like Lee Corso ripped your college game day career. It was great, buddy. Nevertheless, Brady's balls. Corey Brewer over Don Knapp by 3 points, led by Tyler Loop. Tyler Loop, the Baltimore kicker, first ever game he played, did a good job. My team, led by Marvin Harrison Jr., who looks like a woman in this picture, over Alan Harvey, who was randomized. Got some good players, James Cook, Michael Pittman, but also got Spencer Rattler. Week 1 is brutal for the randomizer. DeWyans over Nasty Nutria, Sarah Krasinski back from Alaska, missed Mega XP, missed a win here thanks to Baker Mayfield, 17-point performance. The Tallywhackers, great owner, Cheechki beats him down by 10 points. Nick Harris, 17.36. Kyler Murray, you can barely see him in that picture. Baker Mayfield is all over the place. Strong Street Soldiers, almost doubling up Cody Provost here. Sorry, Olave over your face. Number 13 now, 76.64 over 46.61. The Donkey Punchers over Hawk Tua, Ronnie Tripp. These damn Tua names are getting messed up. Ronnie Tripp puts up 51.96. The Donkey Punchers start Jalen Hurts week 1, does a great job. It's about all they had, really. That's Puka Nacua. Golfing with Laporta beats off Jack Goff in the end zone. Thank you, Larry Weinberg, for that. A lot of golf names here. Cody, Coles, referral, Robert Ames. He's a legend. He could dunk, and he dunked all over Larry Weinberg in the Battle of Addison alumni there. Then we have Moose Knuckles, Keith Dowdy, over prime time, Brian Benor, 73-57. Brian Benor falls to 0-1. Moose Knuckles goes 1-0, obviously. The number 1 team in the nation took on the lovable Marcus Towns, making his muscle debut, also losing to Patriot Thunder. I have 2 co-workers, Marcus Towns and Nick Radecki, who both joined the league this year, and they both lose. Welcome to the big show. None of this other bullshit leagues. This is the real league. Patriot Thunder almost doubles them up, not quite, over Super Cyclones, led by Lamar Jackson, though. I mean, you people are insane. Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers combo in week 1. James will be drug tested later. Not me. St. Germain. Although I was drug tested in the airport on the way to Outer Banks. Wiped my hands, whatever. True Blue Wrecking Crew over Swine Flu. Tripled him up damn near. Roger Brewer over Mike Kaminsky. Mike Kaminsky, Xavier Worthy broke his arm like 2 minutes into the game. The Dolphins defense, abysmal. You want to see a shitty lineup? Well, here it is. And that's why they scored 27 points. You're in trouble, is in trouble. Former champion Kyle Stoker starts off 0-1 to Rob
Jazinski. Always watching you, Jazinski. Always watching.
Dijon Robinson, 15.2, ran over him like mustard on a sandwich. Look at that, 66-51. Squadrels came up very happy, very confident, but double C's put him in his place. Thank you, David Montgomery, for being a shitbag, as the rest of that offense was for the Lions. Muckers beats Ghetto Heisman. Scott Muckers and Rob Gort, who's going to send me 14 more videos this week. I love them. 55-50. And then we have formerly the Hitman winning, being randomized, and beating the double G spot. Gary Grant, 58-57. Someone's inheriting a 1-0 team. We don't know who it is just yet. Then, of course, everyone's favorite Biden supporter, Pat Provost. Chop it off. It'll make you stunning and brave. Twilight Zone reality, folks, over Aaron Mintern's death by 1,000 punts. Aaron came in 4th in Euchre, came in 2nd in this game. Now I'm getting blown up again. Whoa, I don't know how we just switched that track so fast, but nevertheless, Jalen Hurts. Pat Provost puts him in. The Apache Chiefs, what else is new? Wins again. They still name the Apache Chiefs. There's rumors that his Indian pal will be offended if they find out about this name. So don't be surprised if they change the name. And bends the knee to the general public. Beating Eric Hester 61-57.24, led by Cortland Sutton's 12 points. Actually, the Colts defense scored 17, but they can't show a picture of the whole Colts defense. 2 girlies, 1 cup. Over $75 million man. Also, Neal goes to 1-0. Craig Monahan barely out of the bottom 10, but he got put in it because my system sucks. All too well. No, there's Stephanie Bradley. I knew it was a 2 name. Over Pork and Beans. Dom Mulkey, welcome back. Unfortunately lost. Then we have Dustin, Steel City Sackers over Rob Aiken for a ship, 80-65, led by Kyler Murray. The Clockwork Elves couldn't top Will's Wranglers. He had someone else in the quarterback. I told him I was winning Tua. He's like, that's a good idea. Tua's going to get hurt. Tua might as well have had 14 concussions this game because he put up 2.63 points, lost a fumble, threw an interception. It was just a total garbage bag. K-Dog Millionaire beyond Keon Coleman, who looks like he's a member of the Crips. That's because he's wearing all blue. That's all I'm saying. Nothing else. He's wearing all blue. 77.46 to 60.31. Way to go, Cassandra. You lost. And then we have Cloacal Kiss. This was the game of the week. Many people figured, although the other game was Rob Shaw and Gary Grant, maybe. This was a battle of power hitters. Cloacal Kiss knocks out Mike Ditka, just like the Vikings knocked out the Bears after I went to sleep. 63-49. Whispering Eyes lost to Password is Taco. Again, Jalen Hurts. These people are starting people that they should not be starting in week 1. But hey, what do I know? I've never won this thing. Football's Life, Tom Farmer over Freddie versus Jason, 53-51. Golf and Balls over Unsportsmanlike Begging, which is Brian David. I got to use that new name. Digger Phelps crushing the Monstars. Chaz Jolly put up 35.67 points and was not randomized, primarily because Bo Nix played like Bo Nix. But Digger Phelps, Debo Samuel had a big game. That was a good game to watch. Give me 2 for the road. David Dalton, the Dalton twins, father, son, whatever you want to call them, both went 1-0. And then over hitting rugs. DeMar Hamlin's booster shot over New Orleans Rock Chucks. Welcome back to the league. Aaron King, unfortunately lost. DeMar Hamlin, booster stat now number 11. Joe Buck yourself, number 2 in the nation after this performance. 93 crushes the crush Chris Kissel, who's 69 points, would have won a lot of games. Unfortunately, this lunatic started Josh Allen in week 1. So say goodnight to that. You won't be able to start him the rest of the year. And so did Turn Your Nuts and Goff. He started Christian McCaffrey, makes sense. Josh Allen put up 29.38, McCaffrey 11 points. He won't play the rest of the year probably. Over the nuts. That's a tough pill to swallow there. Fly, Eagles, fly. Started Baker Mayfield like a sensible person would. Over the mad scientist. 75-44. We've got to be almost done. Holy shit, there's a lot of teams. I always forget. The Cot Jockeys. There we go. Michael Carl starting off 1-0 over the Black Hole. Not a great week for the Bradleys. Although, Maddie won. I'm not sure about the Sun. We'll find out here in a minute. Sewer Bombs. Craig Kissel loses to Garrity's Gigolos. 1-0 for Garrity behind Justin Fields and that sweet haircut. Tripping on Fofos over Derek Gregory. That is Jordan Tripp over Stick Zedinia. Derek Gregory led by Kyler Murray. Do you even Swift, bro? Loses by 2 points. Ben Hester to Chad Lige. 73.26 to 71.35 behind Tyler Loop. The Tush Pushers loses to Suck It. Bracey Trudell goes 1-0 with his 50 teams he has. Can you believe this guy has 50 teams? Super Original loses to Pylon Pounders. Manny Flores back on the winning column after losing to me in the playoffs last year. Womp womp. And then Golden Kroger, everyone's favorite random person met at a Lions game who lives in Minnesota, beats Knuckles in for the win, who in fact was not in for the win. I thought that was the last game, but no, this is the last game. 99% luck, gets 100% luck in playing the Johnny Rockets, who did not submit a lineup, who's randomized, and thus 99% luck wins the game. That is your fastest X amount of minutes in football. There you go. We're going to look at a conference look real quick, and then we're going to do a week 2 preview. We're going to have to be very quick because I have to get in the shower soon to go to work. Didn't want to start this podcast this late, but that's what happens. But I'm promised, I'm committed, probably should be, to getting this done. All right, so as I mentioned, the conferences were playing each other this week. So you will see some conferences are very good, some conferences are not very good. Jeff Lebowski Conference went 4-6 this week, led by Hurt So Good and number 3 and number 15 FarmersOnly.com. Kirk Lazarus Conference beat up on somebody. They went 8-2. Patriot Thunder, DeWines, Moose Knuckles all ranked. Tallywhackers, Nuddle Over Your Face, the only teams did not win. Ron Burgundy Conference has a number 7 Steel City Sackers. They went 4-6 when in their games. All too well, formerly the Hitman won and Muckers won. The Jess Spicoli Conference went 6-4. I must have been playing them probably. Joe Buck yourself, DeMar Hamlin shot, booster shot. Give me 2 for the road. Digger Phelps, Golf and Balls, Football's Life all win. Frank Drebin Conference has a number 14 team only in it, as well as the Cot Jockeys, who did all right. Tripping on Fofo was 99% Lux and Stinky Fingers. Then we get to, who the fuck is the one that lost all the, I found it right here coming up. Brody Bruce, not this one, went 6-4, led behind number 5 and number 6, Concussion Protocol and Suicide Squad. And then this conference here, the Rod Kimball Conference got murdered, went 2-8 in their games this week, which is a huge deal for the teams that won. Strong Street Soldiers and Cheechki already have a leg up on this, and everyone else has a loss. And then we have Napoleon Dynamite Conference went 6-4, led by Double C's number 9. Tommy Callahan has, thank God I have someone coming in at 8:30 with me. Tommy Callahan has Password is Taco, K-Dog Millionaire, Wills, Wrangles, all in the rank column. And Cloak will Kiss with the win. Never underestimate her. And then finally, Lloyd Christmas has Turn Your Head and Golf, number 4. Number 18, Show Me Them TDs. They went 5-5. So there you have it. There's that. Looking forward to week 2. Let's see what we got going here. Yeah, that was a good one. Nevertheless, games to watch this week. Ranked matchups. Number 15, FarmersOnly.com taking on the 0-1 Kakambas. Jeremy Orr, always a good owner. Always a tough one. He has multiple high score records, keep in mind. He's like 2 of the top 3 scorers ever are him. And then Hernandez Hitman, who's 1-0, Antoine Bacon going against the Suicide Squad. These are still intra-conference games. which is in between conferences, don't forget. So we're not to the conference games yet. That starts in week 3. Hernandez Hitman versus Suicide Squad. Hurt So Good going up against Hawk Tua. Hawk Tua, Ronnie Tripp 0-1. Parker Dalton 1-0, obviously. Mullen Incorporated, Paul Ward taking on Strong Street Soldiers, Eric Minturn, number 13. Golfing with Laporta, 1-0, taking on Cheechki 1-0. That'll be a good one. Patriot Thunder, their ways may continue if frickin' Alan Harvey doesn't submit a lineup again. 1-0 against, obviously, the number 1 team in the nation against a team that's randomized last week. That doesn't sound good. Alan Harvey, put your damn lineup in. Because you know how the randomizer works. You get randomized twice. It's bad news and not off to a good start. Keith Dowdy takes on Don Knapp. 16 takes on My Balls That Hurts. The Wyans, Gary King. This is a big game. The Wyans taking on Chop It Off and Make You Stunning and Brave. Twilight Zone reality, folks. That's a huge game. That could actually probably be the game of the week. But since they're not, I mean, no ranked teams are going to play because they're not playing. Well, I guess they could play, theoretically. We'll see. All Too Well, and we have one coming up. That'll be the game of the week. I see it in just a second. All Too Well taking on Double C's. That'll be a good game, I think. Stephanie Bradley 1-0. Cody Cole 1-0. Then we have number 7, Steel City Sackers taking on. Sorry, I had to pop that up there real quick. All right. Steel City Sackers taking on. Where was I at? Unsportsmanlike Begging, Brian David. He's 0-1, but he's one of the best owners of all time. And then we have Password is Taco taking on Digger Phelps. And then we're going to call this the game of the week, ladies and gentlemen. The game of the week, number 11, DeMar Hamlin's booster shot, taking on number 12, K-Dog Millionaire, as Austin Pollard takes on Tyler Easterling, fresh off beating my wife worse than I did last night. So, yes. What? Oh, she said rude. Well, hey, by the way, be careful where you're walking. The K-Dog Millionaire, number 12 versus number 11. That is the closest game. But we do have another game of matchup teams. Number 2, Joe Buck Yourself, taking on number 18, Chad Elijah's Show Me Them TDs. Super original, Paul Smith, 0-1, taking on number 4, Zach Van Sickles, Turn Your Head and Golf. Fly Eagles Fly taking on Coming From Behind. Both 1-0 there. That's a good game. And those are your important games to watch for this week. That is your podcast. We'll be back next week. Get your lineups in on time. Week 2 starts Thursday. Washington at Green Bay. Of course, Green Bay gets to play them at home. We get to play them on the road. Good times. Going to be a rough year for the Lions, I fear. But hey, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.